Hey, namaste, soul family, sky goddess, Nastasia, Quincia, Afanikusu, Phoenix, mother fucking ever. So, in this video, I want to talk about, also, let me just say this because I never normally say this, like, probably just in like 0.1% of my videos, if that much, or that many grammar. But I'm gonna say this. I feel like I should start saying this more often. Please, if you're listening in and you are not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please, what the fuck you waiting on? Subscribe to my motherfucking channel. Give this video a thumbs up. And if you're gonna leave a comment, leave a fucking good one. Or none at all. There's a saying here in Jamaica, if you're not nothing good for said, don't say nothing. So anyways, let me just get into the topic of discussion. I want to talk about some of my astral travels, which most of you may refer to as dreams. These are actually real events, but not physical events. And when I say not physical events, it's not or 3D bodies literally moving. This is more like the moving around of our spirits without outside of our 3D bodies. That is, or this robe of flesh that we currently occupy, as we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Okay, so like traveling in the astral plane, which is the another name for the spiritual realm, is, or your dream world, if you want to say that, is, it can feel very eerily real, because like, for example, mine, and I'm sure others of you can resonate with that. Also, share my videos, also share them to your friends, colleagues, associates, family members, relatives, lovers, yeah, your neighbors, your enemies, your foes, you know how it goes. So anyway, I had, like, this year was a very busy year for me in regards to astral travels. Last year, I think, like, most of the travels that I experienced last year, like you would say dreams, I think they're gonna manifest this year. And last year was, yeah, because those visions that I had, those astral travels, were in regards to death. So I feel like the ones that I experienced this year, they're more gonna manifest next year, the year of the tiger, 2022, third house in Virgo, which I'm yet to elaborate on next year's energies. Read Chinese astrology, also Western astrology, ever motherfucking astrology. Okay, so my French, they're just sentence and answers for me. Makes it, the conversation all the more glorious and, luminous and exciting. So yeah, so I'm just waiting on the go ahead, because, like, though I get certain ideas and certain inspiration to do certain things, I don't usually get them done until I feel the urge. How do I describe the urge? I don't fucking know how to describe that to you. It's just me just feeling the energies. Hey, I'm just gonna do that video today. I knew I was gonna do this video someday, but I didn't know it was gonna be this day. Oh, I feel the energies. Okay, it's this day. And that's pretty much body, mind, and soul being in unison. Okay, so once you get to that frequency where you are going with the flow, your body, mind, soul, and spirit, they're in unison, pretty much you know what to do and when you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do. So back to the astral travel. So last year I traveled a lot. Well, not that much, but I traveled in the astral plane, and pretty much what I saw in those astral travels were mostly death. It was mostly death, like, people who are going to die. I actually saw them in passing. I saw them, it's, how do I describe? I feel like I may make another video in regards to how do you know when you're passing someone in the astral plane, the spiritual realm, who is about to die or who will die. Okay, that's like another video. I need to re-listen to my videos and listen to some of the topics that because I'm like not writing this shit down. Like, like the additional videos I'm supposed to make, I'm not making jotting, so I pretty much have to go over basically all my videos and listen to, the instructions that I'm, subtly, leaving for myself. So anyways, because like it's a fixture which synchronizes, which connects the second, the fifth, the eighth, and the 11th house, because those houses are fixed houses. Okay, and so I realize why this 12-year cycle is so synchronistic. You know why? Because those houses that I just stated, occupying those houses for this 12-year cycle are the fixed frequencies. Okay, so we got Leo in the second house, you got Scorpio in the fifth house, you got Aquarius in the eighth house, and we've got Taurus in the 11th house. So it's a lot of shifting and changing. It's like a remodeling of everything, spiritually and physically. So there's going to be a lot of seismic activities, a lot of earthquakes, that meaning a lot where you got earthquakes, you got volcanic eruptions, you got tidal waves, you got tsunamis. Are tsunamis a result of tsunamis? I think. Okay, I'm not a meteorologist, but yeah, I think so. Yeah, and then we got coming with that, we got shift and major dramatic changes in regards to climatic conditions, which I got that confirmation in an astral travel this year, but I don't think that's going to manifest until next year, or it could be, let me see, well, it could be, let me see, 2022, 23, 24, 22, 123, well, 26. I'm not even sure if I'm correct. Yeah, that might not happen until 2026. That's like what we are in, 2000, what the fuck? Not 2020. Let me back shit up. 2025, I think. Let me see, next year's 2022. Okay. And then we got 23, 24, yeah, 25. I think it's 25. Okay, but something's gonna happen next year that's gonna really cement it's gonna really drive the point home in a form of confirmation in regards to global warming, because like I did talk about that astral travel that I had this year in regards to the sun. It's like a major depletion of the ozone layer, and the sun, the rays of the sun, or I don't know, maybe Earth is getting closer to the sun, maybe the sun is getting larger, who the fuck knows, because like scientifically, I don't know if this is accepted in the scientific realm, in the scientific world or industry, but the universe is, well, I think it is, the universe is constantly expanding, so no wonder it's infinite. How is this? The size it was last year, it's completely bigger than that size this year. So I wondered to myself, just a hypothesis, okay, that the sun could be getting larger too. Like if the sun is getting larger, maybe the planets are getting larger. I don't know. Okay, that's where you got philosophies and all of that shit. But all I know is people were being burnt, like instantly burnt, stepping out. Oh, sorry, that's like so fucking creepy. Like I want to know, like I really want to know. Is that like Pandora's box that got opened? Or some shit that's gonna cause that? Because like if that's like I'm not gonna say if that's gonna happen, that is gonna happen, because all my other astral travels, I've seen them, I see them manifesting, like little by little, little by little. So when is that gonna happen? So like I can fucking prepare. Maybe the guy who they said is like a was running a cult in Montego Bay, Jamaica, who was like preparing the ark. Maybe that's what he was preparing for, okay? Because like shit, like I saw in the astral realm, the astral plane, like people literally stepping outside and instantly being burnt alive. Like they didn't catch on fire. Like instantly their skin turned charcoal black and they were just like dead. So it was like it's like so the rays instantly dried them inside out and it was just the end of them. Okay, that's how intense it was. But like there was this like I spoke about the investigation being conducted with the primordial beings. I spoke about how glorious they looked. They looked like humans, but it could just be that they took on human form, of course. How is this? And they were like talking to me. And they had like files, but it was like, you know, a Men in Black kind of situation. But they were like really tall. I said like they were like the basketball players of basketball players. And you know, I remember one specific one. He was melanated. He actually resembles somebody I've seen before. And you know, if I go back to a video that I did, well, audio video, I think, a few weeks ago in regards to extraterrestrial life forms. I'm trying to remember the basis of that video, the title thereof, so I can, you know, send you guys that video. I'm gonna look for it and put a link below this. Hopefully, I remember to do that. But I remember the face of that melanated one because you know there were you know some of them who were like Caucasian of the Caucasian race. So like I said, it's as though they took on human form. And this is like reminding me, man, because I did a reading on extraterrestrial life forms, and in that reading, oh yeah, it was, I think it was in regards to the Lucy space exploration that NASA launched. That happened October 16, I think. Okay, to explore the Trojan asteroids up Jupiter's area. So I was like, I feel like I got the sense. It was like clairsentient, me just sensing that they're gonna discover something. Maybe it's gonna be a crew who's gonna be up in the cosmos. They got space stations there, but it could just be Lucy. Okay, Lucy, I love Lucy. Lucy, that's exploring the Trojan asteroids. Okay, I think it's 9 of them that she's gonna. I don't even know if it's actually 9, or if she's just gonna explore 9 of them. Because apparently scientists they think or they believe that exploring the asteroids, because apparently the asteroids, they are like, how do I describe them? They're like fossils, like space fossils, like the entire solar system, specifically like in the Milky Way, was created, like the planets were created from asteroids, something like that they said. So it's like, the name Lucy was pretty much given to, no, Trojan was actually given to the asteroids. Yeah, I think in regards to some fossils that they had discovered some time ago. Is that in Egypt? I don't want to be wrong, guys. Okay, I'm gonna put the link below in regards to that study, that not really that study, but the connection between the naming of the Trojan asteroids. And no, or was that Lucy? Was that Lucy? Lucy. I don't want to be wrong. I just always want to be factual in whatever it is I'm dispensing. So my apologies, guys. You don't expect me to know everything, you know. I'm not a brainiac. Nobody is, you know. I'm not Lucy. You watch that film, Lucy starred Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, where, you know, it was like a weird coincidence where she was like forced to, well, they actually put inside of her body, like they were using her to traffic drugs, some special drugs, which actually, you know, her body got exposed to the drugs because there, it was like the packaging, you know, was damaged, got damaged, you know, in her system, and her body started to absorb the drugs, and it enabled her to use the entire brain capacity, or to access the entire brain capacity, something of that sort. And so that pretty much made her anti-nature. Not really, when I say anti-nature, I don't mean against nature, but I mean like really, really, really abnormal in terms of her intelligence. So she became, I don't want to say like God, but like a god, a goddess. Okay, so yeah. But you know, there's some connectivity in regards to some fossils that were discovered. I think it was in Egypt. Could be wrong. Could be Ethiopia, but it's in some eastern country. So they think that studying, you know, the asteroids, which are considered space fossils, will help them to understand how, you know, to understand the beginning of, you know, no, the creation of the earth, possibly humanity, you know, like, because as they, they said, they discovered that asteroids make up our solar system. And so the chosen asteroids, they're like remnants of what was used to create the planets, possibly the sun, who the fuck knows, moons for the planets and stuff like that. And so studying those rocks, those space rocks, will you know, pretty much, you know, help them to understand how earth was, you know, formed. So you get the gist. Okay, so it's like what's that word again? I really want to sound smart. Fuck is this? I like really use the exact terms they actually use. So it's like space archaeology is gonna, you know, aid them in, the study of the earth, earth archaeology. Okay, some shit like that. Okay, like archaeology is like, the history of something, or digging deep into digging into the past, digging. Well, it's really archaeology is really like studying fossils. Yeah, fuck is this? It's like the studying of fossils to pretty much understand what took place in the past. What the past was like. Hell, that's how they knew dinosaurs existed, which I did do a video on dinosaurs and shit, if they really existed, which okay, that video you need to listen for yourself. Okay, but anywho, it was very intriguing. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, but the primordial beings, I remember like one particular one just stood out in my head. And it's like somebody I've seen on TV, but it's like somebody I've seen in Jamaica. So it's just like I said in that, I think it was about Lucy. Yeah, now I remember why I started talking about Lucy. I was talking about Lucy, okay, is going to pick up on something, but it could actually be some astronauts who are up in the cosmos working on some space station, okay, who's gonna actually spot or notice something, okay? But something's gonna be discovered. Something's gonna be discovered, and then, there was a report about, radio waves, being projected from Pluto. And, there were speculations that it could be extraterrestrial life form. But of course, it could be an object. An object occupied by ETs, extraterrestrial life forms. Yeah. Because that's really what came to mind, like a flying saucer and shit. Or whatever we call a flying saucer. Okay? But I feel like I think it was Lucy. I think the fossil that was discovered in Egypt or Ethiopia, one of them countries, could possibly not be either, but it's an Eastern country, okay? I think the fossil was called Lucy. Yeah, it's nothing to do with the Trojan. I don't know how they call the asteroids. Could be the Trojan asteroids, but I think it's more Lucy. I think Lucy. That's why. Yeah, I think that's how they gave that space shuttle the name Lucy, which is named after the fossils they discovered. Yeah. I don't know why I still thinking about the Trojan asteroids. Trojan, were those fossils called? No, I think the fossils were called Lucy. Anywho, but like in regards to my astral travels, then I had, well, more than once. I actually traveled and I saw. I think it was like 3 times, 2 to 3 times. I want to say 2, but I think it's more like 3 times. I literally traveled and I saw zombies. And no, I don't watch TV. Actually, I started watching some zombie flicks after I had experienced them travels, because it kind of sparked the interest in wanting to understand more about the zombies. Like, I'm not saying what I think is gonna cause people to turn into zombies, because, like, who the fuck knows, right? It's like the apocalypse. Also, I had this travel. So the zombies, the travel in regards to the zombies, that was this year. That was like a few months ago. Probably, I think, no more than 2 months ago. And then the travel in regards to the intense climatic condition in regards to the sun rays burning people, turning people into ash, like, instantaneously. That was about 2 months ago. I think that was before the zombie travel, or about in the same region. And then I had this, I traveled into the future, because these are all, it's just timelines. The past, present, future, they're timelines. And I actually traveled from, I traveled into the future, and I saw, it's actually mean, crossing timelines. Like, some people are gifted to, change timelines, or, jump into other timelines when they go to sleep. Some people, they can't. They're gifted to do this when they're awake. Oh fuck, that's like a fucking, oh man, like, fuck. The lights outside, they just like shut off and came back on, and it's not like the street lights not working, because maybe it's not working, but like, maybe it's like going off like every 1 hour or 2 hours. But like, this is like, that was like a confirmation. Like, the moment I said that happened. So that's a synchronicity. I've been seeing a lot of synchronicities since of late, even with the news. Man, it's the apocalypse, I'm telling you. I'm not saying this to scare you, but it's better so you can prepare. Okay, can't say I didn't tell you so. So you heard it from me first. Okay? You heard it from me first. All them other people are gonna say blah blah blah. I don't think they got substantiating evidence as to why they're saying that. But I know I'm saying this. I'm not bashing anyone. It's not about self-praise. But yeah. So I traveled into the future. And then, do you think that when people die in their sleep, they actually travel from one timeline to the next? Like from the present to the future, and they pretty much decide to stay, or they pretty much just get stuck or stay there, and then people say they're dead when they've actually moved on to a different life. That is like so eerie and creepy. I need to talk about that in another video. Okay, this would be an excellent topic for a live discussion with people actually engaging in the discussion and throwing their 2 cents in, whether it be real sense or nonsense. But yeah, a live discussion, to really pull and trigger the mind and the thoughts. But then, I traveled to the future because I realized my travels, they're like, futuristic travels. But of course, you can travel to the past to get a, grand overview of certain, events or things that are happening, in and around your life, And so you don't necessarily got to be a futuristic travel, but wherever your natal chart tells you, am I a futuristic traveler, or am I a past traveler, or whatever, I think I'm a futuristic traveler, though in some weird way I think I've traveled to the past before to get an understanding of certain situations in and around my life. I don't know how, but I'll look into my natal aspect some more. But I let me finish what I was saying. I actually traveled because this is really a video about my astral travels, just like me documenting them. I've spoken about these travels before on separate occasions, so this video is like me putting everything together. Okay. And I traveled into the future and I saw the eruption of Blue Mountain. Now I realize I've always been gifted. I've always been gifted, because like even what they call piranhas, I realized I've been seeing piranhas ever since I've been a kid, and I never knew they were piranhas. I was like, what the fuck is in my eye? What's in my eye? And shit like that. And it was like recently I was on Instagram and I realized I was just led. I don't even remember how I was led to it. I actually saw the word. I was like, what the fuck is what the fuck are, oh yeah, I was looking at a post, and it was like it was listing like, how do you know that your third eye is open, or you're spiritually awakened, or you're subconsciously conscious, something of that sort. And I was like going through the list, and okay, I've got that, I've experienced that, blah blah blah. And then I saw piranhas. I'm like, you're the only one on this list that I'm uncertain of. I need to understand what the fuck you are. So when I started to look it up, I realized, oh fuck, like you that I was so uncertain of, you're the one that I've been closest to, because I've been seeing you my whole life. Ever since I've been a child, I can distinctively remember seeing piranhas. Those little white speck of speck, like like orbs, like not really orbs, but like specks, like sometimes you like just sit down or you're standing up and you like see flashes of luminous little specks flying in front of you, like angel dust and shit, and you're like, what the fuck is that? And then you like rub your eyes and like, shit, fuck is wrong with my eyes? Am I going blind? No, you're not going blind. You're seeing well. You got your third eye is open. You got You're not going blind. You got it. You got excellent vision. I cannot emphasize on that. You see too much. No, you're not seeing little, or you're not losing your vision. You're seeing too much, and that too much is not a bad thing. Okay. So yeah, And it made so much sense, perfect sense, why I've been so aloof and eccentric and so fucking weird as a kid. Like, I was like, why are you so weird? Why do you feel so weird? You like a fucking alien, like Clark Kent on this planet. Well, fuck. If only I could remember my parents putting me in a little spaceship, sending me in this fucked up loop, this fucked up system. And then I remember when I was a kid living in Kingston, I remember like this huge bubble being formed around me, like a form of illusion. And it's so confusing trying to remember. But it's as though I've always been living in an illusion. Like, is this all real around me? No, I'm not losing my mind, but I'm just thinking. It was like I can tell an illusion, or this could be a spell, was casted when I was a child. I can remember. And the more enlightened I become, well, the more aware I am becoming of myself in regards to my gifts and abilities and what's really going on around us, is the more real that seems. Because first it was like in a dream, like an illusion. That baby crying. I was saying that earlier, that I'm not always, but sometimes I'm like hearing this baby crying. Like it's like a cross over there, like on the Way, and then sometimes it's like on Heatherway. I like hearing babies cry, but I've got excellent ears and excellent sight. Man, maybe that's why I don't like these places, because like I can hear the humming sound of the fucking factory, hyper feeds. I can hear the machinery. I can like literally hear it. It's like a humming, buzzing sound. Like, can you shut the fuck up, please? But anyways, I actually traveled to the future, and I saw Blue Mountain erupting. Like, I didn't know it was really, like Blue Mountain. I was like, fuck, because I was like thinking to myself, because I remember like years ago I had this vision. It was a travel also. I remember what I was saying. I'm an air frequency, so I often forget shit. But I remember. So now I'm forgetting the new thing. Okay, old thing. Just hold on. Okay, yeah, so years ago, like about 7 years ago, I literally saw my older son, the age that he is now, and us standing on the veranda, and we saw like balls of fire, like falling from the sky, and one actually hit a plane out of the sky, and the plane crashed over, along Salt River Road, over in them bushes and shit. I was like, damn. It was like the apocalypse. I was wondering to myself, was that like a meteorite shower or something, like, or like meteorites falling from the sky and stuff like that. And then like when I traveled to the future in my dream, like a few months ago, like I stated about Blue Mountain, I was like, I saw so much fire. But like, yeah, I think I knew from that travel that it was Blue Mountain erupting, because I remember seeing someone who's actually from St. Mary, and the person was actually talking to me. I'm like, damn. But now I'm thinking back, and you know what's coming to me, guys? I'm like, I wonder if that person's in hell. It could be literal hell, which would mean hell is actually real. It's actually a real place. But it could actually be figuratively, like someone is going through a lot. But no, could be those. But on top of that, it's literally Blue Mountain erupting, because I got that sense after I got back from the travel. And then I a little after that, I remembered the travel that I had about like 7 years ago. about 5-7 years ago about, the plane crashing out of the sky, and we're like, oh, I wonder if that's actually the mountain, like Blue Mountain, actually erupting that really caused all of that. And I thought it was like a meteorite shower. But then again, I think asteroids are larger than meteorites. I mean, like, if an asteroid should hit the Earth, it would like cause a major catastrophe, like, the Ice Age, which, that whole devastation destroyed the dinosaurs, and then you had the freezing over, which was the Ice Age. Like, a meteorite, scientists claim, would, cause the whole Earth to be consumed by fire, and then that would trigger, condensation, which would trigger an intense intensity and intense dropping of the temperature, which, from one extreme to the next, which causes that freeze over, the Ice Age. So the fire actually killed the dinosaurs, and then they got frozen in, the ice and all of that. Their bones, became fossils and stuff like that. But yeah, actually had that, I actually traveled to the future and I saw that. And then I remember also when I was in social studies class, this was in the 9th grade, third form, at Old Harbor High School. And I remember Mrs. Sears. Her name was Mrs. Sears. I remember that woman. I don't remember everybody, but I remember that woman. I remember most of my teachers because they had some impact on me. I hated that school. I hated that I passed for that school. But for some reason, I kind of love it now. It's so weird. I think in another video, I'm going to talk about all my teachers from the first form to, I never completed upper 6. So I kind of like try to put out of my mind that I actually went to 6th form and I did like the first semester of upper 6. It was like the most horrific years of high school. And so I try to like, ignore that, it even happened. Okay. High school was so hard for me. I think I might talk about that in another video. So this is like a new trending video. Like, you're all gonna see other people doing it, like my high school years. That's what I'm gonna title it. But I remember being in social studies class and Mrs. Sears, okay, she was like, I think she was a Mrs. Or was she a Miss? I think it was a Mrs. Sears. Yeah, because she had a son who eventually started teaching at the school, and I think his surname was Mr. Sears, which we know that sometimes mothers, they give their sons their last name, especially if they don't know the father of their sons. Not bashing her because she seemed somewhat respectable. Also, on top of that, she was a Seventh-day Adventist. Not saying that Christian people, because like we see how these Christian people are crazy as fuck. Okay, but you know how they, like to be holier than thou. Not saying she's one of those crazy Christian people. I'm just saying, never judge a book by its cover. You just never know. But I must say, Mrs. Sears, for argument's sake, and in social studies class, she was actually, talking to us. We are just talking about, landscape, and like, social studies, touches on geography and stuff like that. um Even religious education, there's a, touch of religious education, geography. There's a touch on, guidance counseling. There's a lot that, it's like an amalgamation of different, subjects. Okay, so in social studies, we're talking about mountains and stuff, and we went, we talked about Blue Mountain, and I think she, she was the one who told me that it was a volcano, but it is now dormant. Which, when I look into it, every fucking mountain is a fucking volcano. Okay, yeah, dormant volcanoes. What do you think gives rise to islands? Like, in the core of the earth is pure lava. And when, the tectonic plates, they shift, the earth's plates, they shift, and they, every now and then they bump into each other and shit, which we're gonna have more of that shit because they've been milking the earth of her sinews and shit. The oil, that natural oil is not supposed to be used, and that's, it being used is depleting the ozone layer because that shit's supposed to stay in the earth, which I'm gonna do another video on that. I said that before in several videos before, or another video, but I'm saying it again. And that's why, and you think these, geologists, they don't fucking know this shit. They know. But money, the love of money is the root of all evil. And so you got, when you got that now, you got, whenever the earth is really dry, that's why whenever the earth is really dry, because it's not just rainfall that, makes the earth move smoothly. It's also the natural oil that they're, drilling from the earth. Okay? That's why in the dry times, the driest of the seasons, you're gonna find more earthquakes. Okay? Because then, the tectonic plates, they bump into each other way more, and they create that rubble, that rumbling, and that stirs up the hot lava. Okay, and also gives room, for the rising of it. And so when that seeps from, the seafloor, and it seeps from, the earth's core, from the seafloor, the lava, because it's less dense than the sea, the oceans, it rises to the top, it cools, and well, you want to call it freezes into land. And it continues to do that, and you find that it forms mountains, and then you find that these mountains, if you underneath the land, underneath them, there is like a tunnel connecting them to their source, the earth's core. And so you may find shrubs, they start to form on these volcanoes, they form. And then when shrubs form around them, if they're not that active, they become mountains. But all mountains are volcanoes. Okay? Like if Mount Everest was supposed to ever erupt, that's like gonna be like horrible. Like that's like, isn't that, well, it's the highest, but is it the largest mountain? Okay, I don't know. But Blue Mountain, when she talked about Blue Mountain in social studies class, I got chills. I was like, damn. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna wake up one day, and sure enough, years later, okay, it's gonna erupt. 20 years later, let me see. No. Yeah, 20 something, 25 years later. In grade 9, I was how old? Let me see. I was 13. I was 15 going on 16. I'm now 32. So like maybe 17 to 20 years later. I'm not sure if it's going to be this year or next year or the year after. Wait, let me see. Oh my god. 3 years from now, 2024. Because like 3 years from now, I'm going to be 35. Maybe it's going to happen in 2024, like literally 2 decades later, 20 years later. Maybe there's a significance there. I don't know. Oh, look at that. I don't think it would be. Let me see. Well, who knows? But it's gonna happen, before 2031. I know that for a fact. And we're the, in regards to the, the global warming situation with the sun, the rays from the sun, like literally turning people, into instantaneously fossilizing people. That's gonna happen before 2031. Um, Hell, maybe it's gonna be 2031. I feel like it's before, but I know it's not gonna be later because that's gonna be a whole different cycle. Wow. It's nice knowing what's gonna happen, but sometimes it's just you being so sensitive to what's gonna happen and the energies coming in. You know what I think though? Because like I actually stopped smoking weed. And why? Because I was becoming more and more, I'm transcending. And pretty much that's the status for my WhatsApp. Transcending. But that's true. But I just did that out of, being like a bit, funny and stuff. But it's true. And marijuana, like, it does open you up. It makes you more sensitive to frequencies and energies, which is so weird because I was briefly watching the news since night, and there's like this, report about, the cult pastor, quote unquote cult pastor from Montego Bay, St. James, Montego Bay, St. James, Jamaica. If been listening, to the news, blah blah blah. He's dead now. But like, when we say dead is like, he's moved on to a different timeline. Pretty much that's it. But it's like there was this report. It was actually on the local news that he advised, like, a few weeks before his death, he advised, the members of his congregation to start smoking marijuana and shit. And it was like, that is gonna like, I think, why was it like it's gonna like, and help them to see, or enhance them in some way, something like that. I'm just like paraphrasing, but it's true. It does. So when you feel like super sensitive, like if you're like, you gotta know your natal aspects, and especially when you get to a certain phase, you just gotta stop, man, because like it can kill you. Because it can, what it does, it makes you feel it, it opens you up to feeling clairsentiently. It enhances that clairsentience, that clairsentient gift, that gift of feeling energies. And so when you are a natural empath, an energy reader, you don't want to, especially when you are a high vibrating being, you don't want to smoke that shit or drink it. Doesn't really fucking matter, because it's gonna make you super sensitive, which can be too much for your 3D body. And I discovered that. So you gotta not be, codependent on things, and make sure that whatever it is you're doing is not out of being toxic or out of addictions, which is being toxic. Because there's gonna come that time where you're gonna have to detach from using that thing, because it might lead to your detriment. So I realized that, I was having this like fuck, it was like, damn, like I was like, I almost died. I thought I was dying, but I had actually graduated, and that's why I had to leave St. Mary. Also because Blue Mountain's gonna erupt, and like it's for my own good. And we know that St. Mary, Portland, and St. Thomas, they're gonna get fucked. Yes, St. Mary, Portland, and St. Thomas, they're gonna get fucked. Also, St. Andrew, and possibly Kingston. Also, possibly, I'm just actually getting like St. Mary, Portland, St. Thomas, St. Andrew, and Kingston are gonna get fucked for real. And St. Catherine. So that's like 6 parishes, like 666. Hell is this? Yeah. Those are the 6 parishes that came to mind. Like, clairsentiently, you feel something, and you just, you don't know how it is you know something, but you just know, and it turns out that that feeling was a right feeling because it's accurate as fuck. Yeah, that's like you being an empath, you reading energies. Okay, whether it's, through feeling them in the air, that's clairsentience, or you traveling to the future, seeing them, clairvoyancy, or it's you hearing, like in your mind, it's like you talking to yourself, but it's actually your higher self who's actually been to this future, and actually seen this, talking to you. Plus, spirit guides, primordial beings, angels, ancestral spirits, and so on and so forth. Spirit animals, especially if you've had a pet that died, whether you were young or recently, they become spirit guides. I had a pet cat when I was in Kingston. So, so, it turns out it's true. Like, I get this a lot of times, all the time. I'm like, how the fuck do you know that? Are you crazy? Are you losing your mind? And how I know I'm not losing my mind and I'm just really gifted? Because whatever that came to me manifested in the flesh. You got that right. The 3D realm. Okay? So, this video is a lot of titles. Not just one. It's a lot. So, 2227. 2227, because I use 24-hour, format. But it's 22:28 now, 10:28, almost 10:30 p.m. 22:28. I've been seeing so many synchronicities, like crazy. Oh my god, I'm like yawning, like fuck. I need to sleep now, but I like talking spirituality until I start to yawn and feel tired. I want to sleep. But I had to leave St. Mary because, I was surrounded by too many toxic people. Plus, it was like time to leave. And I'm such a loyalist. I don't like to say it, but it's true. I'm a loyalist. Pretty much spirit gotta kick me and haul and pull me before I move out of certain frequencies or move from a certain place. Like, why do I gotta be so oh fuck, I'm an earth sign. Okay. Plus I got fixed frequencies. Okay. Plus I'm a black bitch. I'm kidding. I'm a black queen. Leo frequency, the melanated ones. Okay, so yeah. I'm a white woman in a black bitch's body. Fuck, she's up there praying, and she's just confusing my flow because I was just gonna freestyle. I'm gonna write a piece on that. I'm a white woman in a black bitch's body. Now, bitch is not derogatory in this sense. You know what I mean.